Today I'm going to show you everything that I have purchased for the 2024 RVing season. We're going to do a walkthrough of our kitchen, all of the items that we have that I think are absolutely necessary for anyone to have in their kitchen, and we're going to talk a little bit about overconsumption in the RV world. For anyone that's new here, welcome, and I'm so glad you joined us. My name is Silver and this is our 2022 Thor Freedom Elite 22HE Class C Motorhome. We have traveled literally thousands of miles in it. We have driven from East Tennessee to Washington State and back. We've driven to Texas and back multiple times. We have spent literal months in this RV, and we have eaten at least 100 meals, if not hundreds of meals, right here in this RV. Before we get to our kitchen tour, I would like to address the idea of overconsumption in the RV space. Something I've seen all over the YouTubes is the idea of needing to do a seasonal refresh, or needing to constantly change how your RV is organized, or purchase the next best thing that's going to make your RV perfect. And let me tell you, one, it's never as good as they sell it to be, and two, you just don't need it. If you have something that is serving a purpose, that is functional in a space, you don't need to upgrade it. If it works, it works. Leave it alone. And you might be saying, but Silver, didn't you just a couple videos ago make a video showing everything that you have in your garage with links and saying here's exactly what you need? Yes, I did. Thank you for watching that. This is different. This is not about the bare minimum that you need to have to be safe and functional. This is about every 4 months going to Dollar Tree, to Walmart, to IKEA, to Target, to Dollar General. You get where I'm going with this. You deserve to have a functional RV with items in it that are making the space better, easier, more livable, and have an overall better quality of life in your motorhome. But if you have a container that is working as a container, you do not need a new container, period. So with that being said, I want you to get ready to see my 2024 RV season haul. Are you ready? That's it. It's 3 plates and 3 bowls. I got these in the Kroger, which is a big supermarket here in East Tennessee. These were on sale with the end of summer items. They are plastic, they are top rack dishwasher safe, which we don't have a dishwasher on the RV. They are microwave safe. I believe that they were marketed for like summer picnic vibes, but I purchased a pack of 3 plates and a pack of 3 bowls and spent about $3 total. And the reason I'm replacing them is that the plastic they are made of is not as sturdy as I had hoped. It's not suitable for all of the dropping, rattling, slinging around, falling on the ground, which is my fault. They're not suitable for the way that we use our dishes in our RV. Now that I have completed my overconsumption rant, let's move on to a kitchen tour. This is the Dometic unit that came with our RV straight from the factory. I have put contact paper on it because I thought that was pretty. You can see that we have a fair amount of fridge space. From my experience, this refrigerator is big enough to get groceries once a week for 2 people. This also has the freezer unit. That is huge. We have never filled up this freezer ever. But what we do is we typically bring ice packs with us and we cycle them from freezer to fridge. That makes the refrigerator have to work slightly less hard, especially on days that we turn it off to travel. That allows it to keep temp a little bit better so that our food is safer. Beneath the refrigerator is usually where we store a basket of dog stuff like extra leashes, their dog food, treats, toys, things like that, which you can see a toy got left apparently over the summer. We also store extra drinks down there, cases of soda, other beverages. I also usually have a bag of potatoes stashed in that little cubby underneath the refrigerator. Moving on, above the microwave, we have our pots and pans. We keep our pot and pan wrapped up in an old beach towel to keep them from rattling on the road. I have my non-stick pan. We also usually bring our 8-inch cast iron when we travel. That sets right here, gets wrapped up, pot goes on top, more wrapping to keep it all from rattling, and it shoves right into the cabinet. To be honest, we almost never use our microwave. But it's here. On our vent hood, we have our paper towel holder, which everyone that has seen has freaked out about because you shouldn't keep paper towels on the stove. But it's magnetic, so if it needs to go away while we're cooking, it just gets placed on the table or somewhere else out of the way. This is really nice because it can go on top of the vent hood. It's secure here enough to travel that it won't fall off. If we're parked and we're not using the stove, we can also put it underneath the vent hood, which makes it completely out of the way, but also very, very easy to access. I also have my thermometer base, which I have ranted about in at least 1 or 2 videos. This little guy has a piece that goes in the fridge and the freezer, and it shows me the high, low, and current temperatures of the fridge, freezer, and the RV itself. If you are traveling with food in your refrigerator, please have a system to monitor your internal refrigerator temperature and make sure everything stays food safe.
Our RV also has a folding panel attached to the RV counter. This might not seem like a huge amount of space, but it makes an enormous difference as we're doing dishes or preparing food. Our sink faucet can swivel out of the way, and it also has a retractable faucet head. Our sink cover is removable. We do have a very small sink, but it's big enough for 2 people, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice any additional counter space for a bigger one. And you can see on the back of the sink insert the countertop that our RV came with. The dark wood you see is contact paper that I applied last year. Our propane stove has 3 burners. It's big enough to hold an 8-inch or larger saucepan, but it's almost impossible to fit 3 pans on the stove at the same time. The propane also powers a small oven.
Underneath our stove, we have some storage. I have 1 cutting board, 1 pan that barely fits in our stove, a strainer, a set of bowls, the lid for our pot, a silicone baking mat, and my really good whiskey. I am going to show you what is in our main kitchen cabinet now. Of a shelf that I'm probably going to break soon. We have the plate for our microwave, which lives inside of our dish drying mat. On top of that, our new set of plates and bowls will live. On the second shelf, we have a coffee cup each, small coffee grinder, 2 cereal bowls, a special drink mug, a special drink koozie. Don't judge me, okay? It's vacation. The cutest salt and pepper containers ever, coffee filters, paper plates, 2 regular cups, and coffee maker. This lives with a paper towel in both the cup and the basket just to reduce moisture and try to prevent things from growing while it lives in here. Speaking of, I'm gonna break that shelf soon. I actually already slightly broke it. I'll show you what happened. This shelf can move up and down on these rows. It is held up by small metal clips that go into the holes on the shelf rack. The rear one has fallen out. We need to get that back in place. Otherwise, the corner of the shelf can tip down. Now, as I'm putting everything away, let me remind you that we purchased a Thor. If you're not familiar with all the different types of motorhomes, Thor is your most budget option, most frugally made. I'm trying really hard not to use the word cheap here. But if you compare the price of Thors to the price of just about anything else on the market, you will notice that there is a trend that Thor is the most affordable brand overall. And the reason for that is that they keep lower costs on materials and building. Now, how do they do that? By using cheaper material, by using cheaper labor. I am not knocking that because if Thor wasn't at the price point it is, I would not have an RV. Let me be clear. I am grateful that Thor has made a line of RVs that I can afford. But that means that you're going to deal with clips that break for no reason with regular use. I have never had a luxury RV, but my understanding is that these things happen across the board with all RVs. A lot of the materials and tools and components that are used for these RVs are not meant to withhold thundering down the road at 70 miles an hour. If you're new to RVing or if you're considering RVing, please be aware that things break. That is not bad luck. That is not something to stress and panic about. That is just a part of RV life. It's no big deal. The shelf will hold until it falls, and at that point, I'll either get new clips or install a new shelving system myself. No big deal. You may also notice that I have brown material on the corner of some of my cabinets. This is a strip of baby-proofing material that is meant to go on the corner of things like coffee tables so that when your child falls down, they don't bust their head open. But here's the thing. So yes, we are 2 adults traveling in our RV without children, and I have baby-proofed.
Our kitchen storage starts with a small pop-out container where we keep odds and ends and our lengths of assorted wire. In the next drawer, we have one set of really pretty silverware, a nice sharp pair of scissors, can opener, a fruit and vegetable peeler, a knife sharpener, and travel lids for our 2 coffee mugs. In the next drawer, we have grill gloves that also serve as oven mitts, ramekins that can be used for salsa or sauces, spatulas and spoons, as well as measuring cups and measuring spoons. Because we do a lot of cooking in the RV, we also have a really nice chef's knife. This drawer also holds our stash of Taco Bell sauces and a small container that functions as a miniature junk drawer. The final drawer holds some Tupperware, our electric tea kettle, a stash of grocery bags, and a jar of replacement moisture control beads.
So that is the kitchen in our 2022 Thor Freedom Elite 22HE, which again is a Class C motorhome. Our rig sits on a 2021 Ford E350 chassis. It technically sleeps 6 people. I would never. It is perfect for 2 adults sharing a bed, and with the addition of 2 very large huskies and a miniature poodle, we are topped out. I cannot imagine another human being in this rig with us. We have enough room for food storage, especially if we can power our refrigerator. We can easily go a week between grocery trips without stressing too much. We can easily store enough food that we can have a couple backup meals that don't require refrigeration, just in case things go sideways and we don't have power or are stuck somewhere for some reason. For those of you that made it this far through the video, thank you so much for being here. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that sharing my opinions about overconsumption in the RV space might help you take a step back and think about whether or not you really need new items for your RV, because at the end of the day, any money you spend on stuff is not being spent on gas, on campgrounds, on park fees. And the whole point of having a recreational vehicle is to go adventure. So I hope that you embrace whatever lifestyle works for you that allows you to have the resources to go adventure, to enjoy your time in your RV, also not to overconsume, because the lifestyle I want to share with you, the lifestyle that I'd like people to see as possible, is based around adventure, not stuff. If you are watching this video because you think you might be interested in an RV, I hope that giving you a tour of my kitchen has helped you feel more comfortable with what your kitchen might look like and give you an idea of how you might function in it. I also hope that showing you the items that I have in my kitchen will help you realize that you don't need everything, but you do need some things, and it's okay to plan ahead. Make sure that you have the tools that you need in your RV to be comfortable as you travel. And finally, if there's something in your RV that brings you joy, like wallpaper or RGB lights that turn your whole RV purple, it is okay to invest money, to invest RV weight, to invest space in things that are going to make you happy, because the whole point of an adventure is to enjoy the adventure. So with all that being said, I am Silver, this is the USS Overlander, and I will catch you on our next adventure.